Hello, Ungoogleable. Welcome to your life. Today is beautiful. Please log in.
Using Palantir technology, the FBI can now instantly compile thorough dossiers on U.S. citizens, tying together surveillance video outside a drugstore with credit card transactions, cell phone call records, emails, airplane travel records, and web search information. Christopher Owen, a graduate fellow at the Center for Applied Cybersecurity in the School of Informatics and Computing at Indiana University, worries that Palantir will make these agencies ever hungrier consumers of every piece of personal data. "I don't think Palantir the firm is evil," he says. "I think their clients could be using it for evil things." Owen points out that Palantir's senior legal advisor, Brian Cunningham, authored an amicus brief 3 years ago supporting the Bush administration's position in the infamous warrantless wiretapping case, and defended its monitoring domestic communication without search warrants. Another event that got critics exercised, a Palantir engineer exposed by the hacker collective Anonymous earlier this year for participating in a plot to break into the PCs of WikiLeaks supporters, was quietly rehired by the company after being placed on leave. Karp stresses that Palantir has developed some of the most sophisticated privacy protection technology on the market. Its software creates audit trails detailing who has seen certain pieces of information and what they've done with it. Palantir also has a permission system to make sure that workers and agencies using its software can access only the data that their clearance levels allow. In the pre-Palantir days, analysts could go into file cabinets and read whatever they want, says former NCTC Director Leiter. Nobody had any idea what they had seen. Owen scoffs at the privacy-protecting features Palantir builds into its software. "If you don't think the NSA can disable the piece of auditing functionality, you have to be kidding me," he says. "They can do whatever they want, so it is ridiculous to assume that this audit trail is sufficient." Theo, who sits on the board and is an avowed libertarian, says civil liberties advocates should welcome Palantir. "We cannot afford to have another 9/11 event in the U.S. or anything bigger than that," he says. That day opened the doors to all sorts of crazy abuses and draconian policies. In his view, the best way to avoid such scenarios in the future would be to provide the government the most cutting-edge technology possible and build in policing systems to make sure investigators use it lawfully. After Washington and Wall Street, Karp says the company may turn its attention to healthcare, retail, insurance, and biotech. The thinking is that Palantir's technology can illuminate health insurance scams just as well as it might be able to trace the origin of a virus outbreak. Despite all this opportunity and revenue that is tripling every year, Karp insists that Palantir will remain grounded. An IPO, while not out of the question, dilutes non-monetary motivation, he says. One higher purpose in the coming year will be rescuing strapped companies and government bodies from the brink of financial ruin. Karp lists fraud, internet security issues, Europe's financial woes, and privacy concerns as possible drivers for Palantir's business. For anyone in peril, the message is clear: give us a signal, and a forward-deployed engineer will be at your doorstep. There are some people out there that don't think to pick up the phone and call us, Karp says. By next year, many of those people will, since rumors began to spread that a startup called Palantir helped to kill Osama bin Laden. Alex Karp hasn't had much time to himself. On one Sunday, July morning in Silicon Valley, Palantir's lean 45-year-old chief executive, with a top-heavy mop of frazzled hair, hikes the grassy hills around Stanford University's massive satellite antenna as the dish, a favorite meditative pastime. But his solitude is disturbed somewhat by Mike, an ex-Marine side.
or logged out. Today was a wonderful day. Please come back tomorrow.
Red, blue, green.
Mic check 1 2.
Congratulations. You reject the good enough. You reject words like symbolism and postmodernism. Obsolescence is not part of your vocabulary. Every night, every day, every step of the way. The diktat of fashion. The agenda of the color wheel. Gone. It takes more than a pretty face to catch your attention. I repeat. It takes more than a pretty face to catch your attention. Good. That is very good. We are source decoded. For you. For the most perfect moisturizer. The most advanced cosmetic lineup. Scientifically proven, scientifically tested. For you.
Congratulations. Calibration completed.